Man, I've been getting so much love on OnlyFans, man. I've been helping so many people. It's exciting because after seeing people get real results, seeing people credit points go up, seeing people actually get stuff off their credit, man, it's crazy, man. We starting our 2021 off the right way. So what I want y'all to do is, I need everybody to go to my OnlyFans right now. I'm dropping some crazy content to the point where it's guaranteed to help you. It's guaranteed to help you with your credit. Also, I'm gonna talk about on there reward points, the benefits of reward points, how you can get all these reward points to get all types of stuff you want. Because a lot of credit card companies pay people who have a whole lot of reward points. You get free hotels, free flights, and all that. I'm talking about a lot of that on my OnlyFans, you know. So make sure y'all go subscribe right now to my OnlyFans, man. We going up on the OnlyFans, man. It's been so crazy. I answer all my messages on there. Me and everybody, you know, we talk through there a lot. I spend most of my time on there doing messages, answering FaceTime calls, all types of stuff. So make sure y'all subscribe to that OnlyFans. With false identity, you got to be careful. When you're renting, let's say if you got a home, it's an Airbnb, or you have, you know, a rental property. Now, if people come into your home with false identity, they could either be on a good term with you or a bad term, because some people might get in trouble and just leave your home, or do something in your home and just leave your home, and you would never know who they are because it's a false identity. Just like a car, a person that rent a car from you or get a car from you with a fake ID and the CPN, and they can just leave it trashed or whatever because you don't know exactly who it is. So you definitely got to be careful about behind that. As far as false identities, that's why it's a lot of life locks out here. If you got a social and you think that you might have gave your social to somebody for them to either fix your credit or do this for you or do that for you, make sure you put some type of life lock on your credit, because you don't want nobody to run into a lick later and pull your information off the shelf and call themselves trying to use your information. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure to take it upon yourself to make sure your credit, your social is all locked. We even got parents. We even got family members who might know your social and try to use your social. So you definitely want to make sure you are protected. Now, as far as you being a homeowner or you being a car lot owner, and you are worried about, you know, people coming in trying to rent your cars, or, you know, getting your cars with a CP and all that, it's really gonna be hard to stop that, because with CPs you can get fake IDs. You get a social with a fake ID and you get the car, as long as the credit is good, right? Now, yeah, you could take it upon yourself to do your extra verification, but it's people so good out here, even a verification comes with the 1-800 number, this and that. So it's gonna be hard for you to stop it. Only thing you could really do at that time is just pray, because as long as you get paid when they drive that car off the lot, it really don't even matter how the hell they got it. That's up to the people who loaned the money to figure out who had the CP in their name. But when it comes to homes, yes, it's a little different, because the person who could trash your home and you might not know who they are, or something real bad can happen inside of the house and you would know because it's not in their name. So you got to understand, the bad thing about it is, what you do have to worry about is somebody actually making a fake ID and actually becoming you. That's the most scariest thing in the world. They're knowing your social, they know your birthday, they actually put an ID with your name, because they don't technically need your face. Because bankers and most people, what's the first thing they ask for? They be like, hey, let me see your ID. So if I got your ID with your social and your name, I give them your ID. I get access to anything I want. That's how crazy the world is. It's like, I can go in your bank. I can actually walk in your bank with your ID, as long as I know your information, and take your money out your account. So that's how safe you are. Also, I wanted to talk about this. I feel like on the day we lose electricity around the world, right? I feel like everybody's going to go broke. Not everybody, but a lot of people, at least 80% of people. Why? Because y'all depend on the electricity. Y'all depend on the bank to hold your money, and the bank is ran by electricity. Also, this is another scenario. The people who work there are people, if a crisis happens they're not going to go to work. How are you going to get your money? Your wonderful debit card that's not going to work. Why? Because of electricity. Do you realize that the ATM is plugged up into electricity? So another good way to give you advice. I think that a lot of people, let's say if you have a whole lot of money saved up, I think you should keep it safe. Most rich people prepare for, destruction later on. So they got bunkers and they got like tens of millions of dollars cash stored away, because if something did happen, they know for a fact that they can go to their bunker, and if there's no electricity, people are still going to have things for sale. They're not going to take your word. They're going to take cash. So if you got cash, you might still be able to survive a few months before everything's over or whatever. You still got to prepare for that type of stuff. You just don't put all your money in the bank and then electricity go out. Now you got $2 million saved. Now you don't got no money at all. You got to think smart, so everybody is so programmed and ran off the programs of how things work. That's why a lot of people get scammed, because like I just said, how somebody can go in a bank with your ID, as long as they know your information. How hard? You might say, well, it's kind of hard to get my information. No, it's not. The funny thing about Google, when you search Google and you pay a company on Google to find somebody, address, names, phone numbers, and stuff like that, Google will actually help you find somebody and will give you all their information and will also do a full background check on a person. So if they will do that, understand that it's deeper information you can get. And that's when a dark web comes into place. That's when all these other sites come into place. You also got to understand that the world is how you want it to be. If you got money, like for instance, let's just say if I was like, a lot of females do this with money. Let's say if they figure that they man cheating. They be like, man, my man cheating. Do you know these ladies hire private investigators to find out everything about their man, who they're talking to, who sent this picture, who did that, who did this. There's people out here that do that. So if they hire a private investigator to find out if you're cheating, they can have a private investigator find out this and that. Or you can become the private investigator on whatever your goal is to do. It could be hacking, it could be doing this, doing that. You get what I'm saying? So look at everything and everybody as a private investigator, right? And what they do is, depending on what their goal is, that's how they doing what they doing. That's why you see millions of people, banks talking about, I lost billions. And it was so much fraud going on. There was so much this and this. When it's really all created in itself. All this stuff is created in itself, all for the bigger claim later, which is insurance, which is a scam as well. They know it's gonna happen, but they might lose $1 million, but they'll say they lost $1 billion. If you understand the world we living in, it's all not real. It's all not what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to tell y'all in the other videos, everything is for a purpose. You go to jail for the money, not because you're really a criminal. You're actually going to jail for them to get paid and your tax write-off. You're going to school to get scammed. You're not going to school because they really want to learn. They really want to teach you. You're going to school because they want your money. Just like in school, when you like in middle school and stuff like that, all those little lunches and all that stuff is all to get paid. Everything is for profit. It's not, you have to start looking at everything for profit. Everything is made to be for profit. No one or nothing cares about you in this world we live in. So as you know, everything is for profit. Everything is for money. The reason why you watching, because you know that I have the right knowledge for you to make money. You know for a fact that I was doing 3 years. I did 3 years in jail. So if I can get out and do 3 years and get successful, you know you can too. You know it's possible. So I'm gonna make another video about money, profits and stuff like that, the reason why like things work the way they work. But first I need y'all to understand like what you living in first. You need to know why is things happening the way it happened, because a lot of people don't look deeper. Like, yeah, I wonder why this is like that. I wonder why this is like that. Because like if I was a bank, we take millions and millions of people's money, right? So if something did happen as far as electricity, because the bank is digital, so it's just numbers. And it's almost like a bank can just take your money and say, oh yeah, you have this in your account or you have that in your account. But notice when you try to go get the large lump sum of money, they make it like a big issue because they really want to use your money for other things. But they even tell you that like why they're using your money is not It's not 1,000,000% safe really in a bank like you think it is. It's really not. Like I said, if the electricity went out right now, you're really dependent on a bank that controls, trillions of people's accounts. And if a glitch happened, you might think that you had this in your account, and then you look and it's not really that. Anything can happen. So you have to be the smart one and know how to pre-plan everything. You have to be on top of your own bank. You could be your own banker. You know what I'm saying? So it's just better to be your own boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, not dependent on things. If you dependent on a bank and you get fucked later, you won't know how to control it. You want to be able to control everything that you do. You know what I mean? But make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. I got more crazy videos dropping, man. I got more videos dropping, man. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?